What inspired me to make this video was coming across a tweet by the American entrepreneur Naval Ravikant. And the tweet goes something along the lines of, there are three things that money cannot buy. The first thing is a fit body. The second thing is a calm mind. And the third thing is a house full of love. So what I'm going to do for you in this video is explain those things in a little bit more detail of course, with my spin on it. So let's get into the main talking points of the video. So a good way to start this section of the video is to explain the things that money can buy. So money can buy you a gym membership. Money can give you access to the best personal trainers in the business. Money can give you, or should I say buy you, a personal chef. So can money help with regards to your health and fitness? Absolutely. But here's what money can't do. Money can't do your push-ups for you. Money can't load up a bar and deadlift that bar for you. You have to do that yourself. And that is the beauty of fitness. You have to earn it. And in today's day and age, where obesity rates are absolutely skyrocketing, having a fit, athletic body is really a status symbol. I read somewhere, so please take this with a grain of salt, and that is in America, there are more millionaires than there are people with six-pack abs. Obviously, I don't know if that is true or not, but if that is true, that is absolutely insane. And the beauty of fitness is that you don't need to be a gym rat to get good results. 3 full body workouts a week alongside daily walks are all that's required. Obviously, you have to manage your sleep, manage your stress, and you need to eat the right foods. But if you're able to do that, then a fit, athletic physique is more than attainable. You'll often hear people say that with more money comes more problems. But on the flip side to that, you will often hear people say that with more money comes less problems. And to be honest, the truth is somewhere in the middle because it depends on the individual. And the perfect example of money being a problem for a rich person was the English entrepreneur Felix Dennis. Yes, Felix Dennis was highly successful, but he had addiction problems. He had an addiction to crack cocaine and had an addiction to prostitutes. So in Felix Dennis's case, was having huge amounts of money a good thing? Probably not. Another very good example of money being a problem for a rich person is Mike Tyson. Number one, Mike Tyson at that time wasn't financially literate, so he was spending money like there were no tomorrow. And again, just like Felix Dennis, Mike Tyson had issues with addiction. And the reason why I'm sharing these examples with you is because money is really an amplifier. It simply amplifies your personality. So let's say, for example purposes, you're somebody with an addictive personality. Well, guess what? Money will exaggerate that. But on the other hand, let's say you're somebody who's got his head screwed on and he's able to avoid bad habits. Then in that case, money will probably benefit you in the long run. It will probably be good for your mental health. You see, money is a tool. And just like a hammer can be used to hammer a nail, but it can also be used to take someone's head off. And money is exactly the same. In the right hands, it is a fantastic tool, but put it in the wrong hands and it can be a dangerous weapon. So the lesson here from Naval is before you even contemplate becoming rich, Have your life in order. Make sure the foundations are in place. Because if you happen to come into a large amount of money and your life is chaotic and messy, it's kind of like building a skyscraper on quicksand. So, the age old question, can money buy your happiness? The answer is both yes and no. Because if you're somebody who's struggling to make ends meet, whose basic needs aren't being met because they're not earning enough money, then the lack of money will probably make you miserable. On the other hand, though, you could have an extremely rich person who's always comparing himself to his neighbor and is constantly chasing more and more and more money because he's never satisfied with what he's got. And that is not success. Because once your basic needs are met, if you want happiness, you'll find it in relationships. And what money can't buy is a house full of love. A house full of love is something that must be earned. And to earn this, you simply have to make time for loved ones. So that means going on date night with your wife or your girlfriend at least once a week. It means spending time with your children. It means making time for your friends. It means being able to resolve conflicts constructively. Because if you're unable to do that, there will be problems further down the line. And I highly, highly recommend that you check this video here where I discuss long term relationships in a bit more detail. What you'll tend to see is that many, many people mistake admiration for respect, but they're not the same thing. For example purposes, I admire Floyd Mayweather's boxing ability, his ability to defend himself, his ability to not get hit. He's up there as one of the best boxers of all time. But do I respect him as a man? The answer is a resounding no. And it's all to do with his behavior. Floyd Mayweather Jr. would go on social media and just advertise this quote unquote money lifestyle. To me, it doesn't really sit well with me, and that's why I don't respect him. But on the other hand, some people might just turn around and say to me, well, he's an athlete, he has to sell fights, so that's what he's doing. And you know what? They've got a fair point. But I'm using this as an example because what I am saying is that money cannot buy respect. You have to earn it.